Hey everybody, welcome to the POS Podcast. Today we have a smaller cast. Tom can't be here, he has a friend visiting, and Hero's sick at the moment.
Sick of you, Paleo.
Oh! Yeah, what do you mean smaller cast? Look at these. I leave this shit.
My dick is just properly laid, thank you very much.
Yeah. You should know, we've seen it.
It's not... We're good friends.
Yeah. Hey, we've known each other 7 years, people. This is what happened. Well, 8 years. 8 years. So there you go.
It's a good start. So yeah, how are you guys this past 2 weeks been?
Busy. Work. Pretty much.
What you working on, Jax?
This new DVD program coming out sometime this summer, so that's going to be fun to release. And my digital coaching program stuff is we're adding new stuff to it. A lot of people have been buying it and been like, "Oh yeah, I've been actually using it because it's making stuff convenient for them." I was like, "Oh, that's really rad. I'm glad it's helping you out." And I was watching Kipo earlier, so I guess that's.
What do you? Will we talk about Kipo here in a bit, or do you want to talk about it like? We'll get to it.
We can talk about it because I think we talked about it before, but we didn't really go in depth about it.
All right, well, let's do a quick. Paleo, how was your week?
Yeah, how was your week, Paleo?
Well, for the past 2 weeks, I know the week before the Semi-Perfect podcast, a tornado went through my neighborhood. So that happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Are you a ghost?
Did you die? Are you a ghost?
What's wrong?
Sadly, yes, but I lived.
Oh my god.
Yes.
You do look paler.
Palier. Yeah, and like Ryan said, I binged some Community while the internet and power was out. My dad and I we hooked up the generator that we have. But yeah, phones were down, internet was down, and service out here really sucks for cell phones, so I couldn't really connect to the internet that much. I could like text people, but that's just about it.
I was afraid for like a day or two. I was like, did he die?
Yeah. Yeah, you kept going into town like a fucking crawl. And I was like worried you're gonna get eaten by alligators.
Yeah, there was no flooding. Like the river did get pretty high up, but because there was a lot of rain with the tornado. But yeah, it was just a lot of down power lines and stuff. Not a lot of property damage, and nobody died. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't that blue blur thing, was it?
No. No, we'll talk about him in a bit. Because realistically, he would kill some people.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, I'm so glad we're talking about.
It'll be like A-Train.
Yeah. Oh god.
I tried to make a shit post yesterday with Sonic with the A-Train stuff. Like Sonic ran through somebody and I couldn't make it work. Can't stop going fast.
No, Kari, there are alligators.
There's alligators in NC. Yeah.
Yeah. Because like there was this big monster one when I
that was in Wilmington. There was like a big alligator that lives there.
Yeah, so he was talking about down power lines. That's all I was thinking about was crawl. Just fucking like we gotta be careful.
Did Linkin Park do the music for that movie, by the way?
Wow, no.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, but also while the power's out, I played through Final Fantasy VII because I'm getting more hype for the remake coming out. Apparently it was just revealed. I just saw on Twitter that it's going to be over 100 gigabytes.
Wow!
Because it's coming out like 2 Blu-ray discs.
God
and it's just the Midgar section of the game. Like they're expanding it a lot.
One of these freaking passport things, then.
Yeah.
So you can like play it.
Yeah, I'm getting excited for that. But I guess we can go on to the some of the topics before we get on.
I had a good week.
Oh yeah. Saber.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
He doesn't have his camera on, so we were just like, oh.
Yeah.
That's camera assist.
Also, your mic's still doing that thing. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Is the cord bad?
You're bad. Hold on. Let me restart. I'll be right back.
All right.
So
yeah, I guess Saber's week is nothing special because he's not here.
Hey guys, so I was busy. So I went to this restaurant and it was quite delightful. And I got drunk on the Semi-Perfect podcast, and you wouldn't believe what happens. So drunk, and this guy, because you know how he starts explaining and laughing.
Yeah,
I love saying it. Yeah.
But yeah,
he worked on videos.
Yeah, he worked on videos. I edited his Sonic video today because he recorded the audio for it yesterday.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
All right, how about now? Am I sounding better? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you, audience.
Yeah, you'll have to keep talking, but if it's still doing it, I just won't worry about it.
Well, I mean, let me know so I can just I'll continue, but let me know that way
it's still doing it.
What is it?
I don't know.
I wanted to ask you something.
It's so it sounds fizzly.
Yeah. Yes, it's crackling.
Let me switch chords. I'll be back. Keep going.
All right.
I need to ask him.
What are you going to ask him?
So, have you seen a movie called Pixels? So, I saw Kari say in the chat.
Yeah.
You guys seen a movie called Pixels?
Yeah.
Sprite Cranberry.
Sprite Cranberry.
Sprite Cranberry.
Yeah.
Sprite Cranberry. Oh man.
Yeah. Also, the super chats coming in. We'll do answer those at the second half of the podcast when we do Q&A. Because we will do topics. Then we'll do Q&A. We have quite a few different topics to talk about. A lot of movies to talk about.
Yeah.
Because did you see Birds of Prey? Because I didn't.
Oh, of course I did. Yes,
you did.
I'm obligated to see every DC film. Just so I have a bond in my skin that I have to go see every comic book. It's just like, yeah, I watched the cartoon. I have to go see it. Yeah, blah blah blah. So I can talk about it. Yeah, don't worry. I don't think Saber saw it either. So I can be the good median because I've seen both Sonic and Birds of Prey. So I can be like, oh, which one's better than the other?
Because I haven't seen Birds of Prey either.
Yeah.
But let's see. We're going to talk about the Oscars. We'll probably talk about the Oscars first and get more people in before we talk about Sonic.
Okay.
But yeah, and we'll talk about Shaun the Sheep a little bit because Farmageddon came out on Netflix. And then
wait, that was a recently released movie?
It only just came out on Netflix in the U.S. It was out everywhere else, but just not in the U.S.
Oh, I thought that was like an old movie you guys wanted to just watch.
No.
All right, how about now, guys? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I switched up the chords. I'm not sure if that's going to do it or not. If it's not, then it's probably the microphone itself, which is an issue.
Okay, yeah, it's still crackling a little bit. I don't know why it would be doing that so much. But yeah, we'll deal with it though. So yeah, the first thing before he's deafened now. Oh, you there?
We never got to ask about his week.
Yeah.
So I was doing a quick mic check on my on Discord. My week went well. Thank you for asking. Stayed busy with work and keeping up with exercise and stuff like that. So nothing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's been my week.
Okay, good. How's keto stuff going?
It's going.
It's going. Yeah. Hey, you lost 10 pounds, right? 5 pounds. 5.
Oh, sorry. My microphone got unplugged. Yes, I did lose some weight. I've lost 10 pounds so far from doing this.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes, good job. Keep it up.
See where it goes next. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, man. Keep it up. Get those gains.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. One second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Why do we have to talk about the Oscars? Can we talk about Kakashkas instead?
Kakashka!
I told you, Kakashka.
You keep the money.
You keep the money. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Do you want to pet the kitty? Yes, I want to pet the kitty. What would you like to read, Billy? I want to read the Tracer. No, I want to read. Oh, come on. grown ass man. You keep the money. You keep the money. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I guess we'll start some Oscar talk before Saper gets here. But yeah,
Okay.
first of all, let's talk about the animated feature, because that was like the second award of the night, which was very surprising. I was surprised they did that so early, because usually they do it like in the middle of the show. But yeah, to no one's surprise, I guess but an unfortunate, like, unsurprising win was Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Because all this going up to the Oscars, we thought it would be different. Because at the Golden Globes, Missing Link won, out of all things. And then at the Annie Awards, it went to Klaus, and then Klaus also had some...
was whipped.
Yeah, Klaus also had a bunch of other awards from different award shows. But yeah, it seemed like Netflix was like really pushing for this to, be a winner.
Yeah.
But it's just unfortunate that the Academy are just a bunch of people that don't know anything about animation.
You know what's so funny about this, though? It's like, okay, so we all saw Toy Story 4. We don't think it's like a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie.
But it's just like, when something gets an award, when you wanted something else to get an award, it's just like, it makes you sort of like look at it sideways. Like if your friend won an award, but it's like, you're my friend, but this other person deserved it, and you know it, right? And it's just like,
yeah,
and it's like, because honestly, it was like that whole thing with freaking Crunchyroll Awards last night, where Demon Slayer won anime of like, I think the decade or something like that, and it was just like, look, Demon Slayer, I love you, but anime of the decade?
that is a recency bias right there, if I've ever seen one.
Exactly. And it's just like with Toy Story 4, it was just like,
because like
Toy Story.
For like trying to choose something as like a thing of the decade is that you kind of have to wait until like another decade passes to see, like, because like we can tell like what would be like an anime of like the 2000s or something.
Yeah,
because like I would say like maybe Gurren Lagann would probably be one of those.
Yeah,
like,
Gurren Lagann. And freaking Naruto, a lot of people would say that's good. Yeah, so like stuff like that, like that would be it. But yeah, I don't know if it was, I think it was anime. But like Toy Story 4, it's like, I mean, I liked you enough as it was, but it's just like someone else really did deserve that award. And it was just like, I mean, it's weird because I don't know how people vote for those, because it's not like a bunch of people, it's just the Academy is just like, oh, let's go vote. You know what it was? That goddamn Mr. Peanut Butter had to go fuck it up again.
Mr. Peanut Butter fucked it up again.
Yeah, he fucked it up again. But Avatar in there, that came out a decade ago. What the fuck's wrong with animated movie? Best Demon Slayer won Best Fight, Best Boy, and Anime of the Year. Oh, well, I mean, all right, good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that whole Oscars deal. I mean, it was cool that like the Parasite dude, he got like
Bong Joon-ho got like 4 different Oscars, which was really very unlike the Oscars, though somewhat kind of like the Oscars. Because remember that one year where it was like the Oscars So White hashtag went on.
Yeah,
so they went out of their way to nominate stuff that was that had more diverse casts and everything,
right,
and directors. So it's like they try to recorrect themselves and then correct themselves again, like because the year before, like Green Book won, and people were like, oh, out of the other nominees, I forgot who won in. That's right. Shape of Water won in 2017.
Yeah, Shape of Water won. I was just like, why?
Yeah, I was like, that's not even Guillermo's best like movie, but like,
you fucking horny people, what the fuck's wrong? It's like that's what it was.
I mean, I'm glad Guillermo won, but I mean, I just like attribute that to like, oh, I'm just gonna say this is for like his previous films, not this one.
Exactly. Exactly. Like that's how it was, because it was like, excuse me. Yeah, that's how it was, because it was like Shape of Water. I've seen Shape of Water, and it was just, I mean, it was all right film, but it was just a guy from fucking Hellboy fucking a woman.
Yeah, because I was really hoping for like Get Out to win that year, to have a horror movie win.
Didn't Get Out win something though? What did Get Out
I
win?
think it did. I think directing, because like I think
Okay.
Jordan Peele did get up there.
Okay. At least he got an Oscar for something.
Yeah,
Like that. Like his movie did do that. So like that was good.
Yeah, in like 2016, Moonlight won. That was that big thing where it was like everybody thought La La Land won, but then like it was like, oh no, Moonlight won.
God,
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
Oh, that was the most awkward shit ever. That was so awkward. It's just like no, because I can imagine if that shit happened this year with Parasite. Because remember when they were clapping on stage, like it just been like, oh,
because like there was because this was the first year I actually watched all the nominees before the Oscars happened. Because I wanted to watch all the Best Picture nominees, not all of the nominees for like everything,
right?
But I did watch all the Best Picture nominees, and out of all of those, I thought Parasite was the best one. Like my second choice was 1917 because that was really fun war movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Parasite it's so interesting to see that win because Bong Joon-ho's movies. Because I've only seen a few of his movies. I saw Parasite, I saw Snowpiercer, and I saw Okja.
Oh, he did Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, so basically like sort of the I guess the message behind Snowpiercer is sort of the same kind of message that he puts in Parasite, but in a very different way.
Oh, okay.
But because it's not really sci-fi, it's more, just drama.
Right.
Drama thriller type thing.
Comedy.
Yeah.
Black comedy.
Yeah, basically. But I would say like the best way to watch Parasite is just go in completely blind. Just don't look.
Yeah, that's how I am.
About
I still need to watch Parasite because I have no idea. Every time everyone mentions Parasite, I'm just like, oh, you mean like the thing,
like the anime? Yeah,
like the anime,
which is a really good anime.
Yeah, the anime version of the thing is pretty dope. Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, I'll probably watch it sometime this week, just when I have a chance to. But yeah, Parasite, I'll go check it out. But I trust that guy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Bong Joon-ho makes up next, and I want to watch his other films because like I hear that The Host is really good.
He did The Host?
Yeah.
Oh, so no wonder he can't get sick. He's also the host and Parasite. So okay, so that makes a ton of sense.
But yeah, and also Memories of a Murder. I think that is what the name of the movie is. That's another one that he did. So yeah, I want to watch some of his other movies. Saber, you there?
Yeah, can you all hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound really good.
Yeah, we're talking about how Bong Joon-ho won like 4 Oscars.
Yeah, and how he also did The Host and how he did Parasite, and that means he's immune to the coronavirus and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's cool to see someone who loves film so much get like recognition, attention. I like that. It's cool to see South Korea get some attention too, because like I have a hard time enough as it is watching like what is considered. I don't know what would you classify Oscar films? Because like I have an easier time watching blockbuster stuff, things that really don't make me have to think too hard. I also enjoy watching things that do make me think, but those can be a lot more exhausting. So I guess what I'm getting at is like now there's that category of that kind of film, the ones that make you think that are from South Korea, and I guess it kind of opens up a new market, which shouldn't have been much of a. It's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, of course, South Korea makes their own good movies, duh.
Yeah, because like Jim said on his movie crap thing, is that for the Oscars, he said that Korea had never been nominated for Best Picture, or nominated in general, and it's like, what about Old Boy? Old Boy wasn't nominated, like.
I don't know.
Because like Old Boy,
the classic Old Boy, or the remake of Old
the
Boy?
classic Old Boy. Because because Old Boy's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's a fucked up movie, but it's a really good movie.
Because Korea is like one of those Asian countries that pumps out a lot of great movies. So it's unfortunate that like this was the first one. Because like the past couple decades have been really good for them for as far as movie making goes. But Bong Joon-ho is like a really good director, so I'm excited to see his other films because I've only seen 3 of his films so far.
He'll probably put some wind in his sails too.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, I like that it's somebody who really likes movies and the process of movie making who won, because that sometimes it seems like with Hollywood celebrities, they want to talk down to the normal people, and like it like
of course,
yeah, it like goes against like the whole thing that Bong Joon-ho does in a lot of his films is like the rich versus poor thing,
Right.
and it just like Joaquin Phoenix with his speech about like cows and milk, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Like I get it. Like I don't fault Joaquin for doing that. It's not like it came from an evil place, but it came from a place where it's like, dude, why now? Like it just seems so, I don't know, inappropriate, or just like we're talking about films. Let's talk about films. I mean,
because like when Bong Joon-ho went up there, he was talking about like, oh yeah, Martin Scorsese, I love your stuff. Quentin Tarantino, you're great. Because you can you can tell that like he really likes movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's cool to see a fucking show about movies, have people talk about movies, right?
Yeah, true. Valid.
So I don't know. I guess because Joaquin did a great job as Joker. I think his win is valid. I don't know. It just when he started talking, I'm like, what are you on about, bro? You're talking about like 17 different things in the last 2 minutes. What's going on? Like I'm so confused. And there is that attitude of like speaking down of where the open mind, third eye open kind of people. You know what's going on. And it's like, oh my God, shut up. Like, this is why people hate Hollywood. Like, you gotta be obnoxious.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Bong's like, I love movies. And it's like, great, yeah. Me
yeah,
too.
but that picture of him just like staring at the Oscar, smiling is like, yeah,
and just like, yeah.
It meant a lot to him. It actually meant a lot to him. I think that's endearing.
Yeah. Another person who went up there, Taika Waititi went up there. Like he was like very grateful too. Like and like saying like he was thanking like his whole crew and everything.
I watched Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, you did? How'd you like it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
There was this weird thing where it was just by chance where to watch Jojo Rabbit. It was a lot more. It was fun. It was funny, dark humor.
Yeah,
because it's about like the Hitler Youth.
Yeah, you're going hug an American. American soldier.
Right? Yeah.
Like scrapping grenades to children.
Which I mean isn't too far from the truth, because like at the end of the war, like they're like, we just keep throwing kids at the Russians, whatever stops them, and it's like it's over. So that being said, the movie had a surprising amount of like funny moments. Not doubting that it couldn't be funny, just more of a like, I don't know. It kind of makes me think of The Great Dictator, where how they made fun of Nazis, and I expected that. Okay, let me say that I expected that. There's a certain point in the movie where it gets pretty serious, and I'm like, okay, here we go. And I guess what I'm getting at is I went to the letterbox. For some reason, I decided to go to the Fierce Face, the old like Donald Duck like Nazi cartoon.
Yeah.
And someone had a review there recently saying, "Wow, what Jojo Rabbit did was insulting to the Holocaust. You know, people who suffered the Holocaust. If you want to see how to truly mock Nazis, watch The Fierce Face." And I'm just kind of scratching my head where I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, they made fun of Nazis and Jojo Rabbit.
They kicked Hitler out a window."
Yeah, because like, I mean, spoilers, but like, there's a little girl who is Jewish and she's hiding, you know, because that's World War II. That's a big part of it. The Jews hiding, and I guess them portraying that in the movie upset this person, and I was like, what?
That's what happened. Like,
well, I guess they thought it was disrespectful. And I'm like, how? I guess I'm just confused. Where I'm like, what do you have to do to make a movie about Nazis and Jews to please everyone? I guess it's impossible. Because I think The Great Dictator is hilarious. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
Same thing with Your Fierce Face. Same thing with Jojo Rabbit. There's plenty of ways you can, you know, make fun of Nazis, because they're. I will always love The Fierce Face and how you got like these cartoony, fat, skinny, short guys who are like, "Are we not the Superman?" Like,
yeah.
I love that. Or, okay, this is one line from Jojo Rabbit that cracked me up, because it's also the Fierce Face. Because when they're saying, "Are we not the Superman?" This Japanese guy is Aryan Pure Superman. He lifts his hat up. During Jojo Rabbit, these little dumb Hitler youth kids are talking about. Like, they sound like they're dumb kids. They don't know what's going on because they're like, yeah, we're kind of got the entire world coming at us. All we got really helping us is Japan. And I'll be real with you, they don't look very Aryan to me. I'm like, that's great. Like that's hilarious. JoJo's friend, I forget his name. There's a side character, a little fat boy with glasses, and he was just fantastic. His performance.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah. I loved it.
But yeah. So
sorry.
Parasite won Best Picture, and it's the first foreign language film to ever win Best Picture. So in the 92 years of the Oscars, it's the first foreign language film to win. I'll
be real with you. I had a good gut feeling that was going to happen. I really did. Not to sound full of myself, but I truly was thinking going into it, I'm like, I think they're going to give it to Parasite because it's fucking good. It's worthy of it. And also, like, I'm just being real with you. I feel like if they didn't, people would have been like, wow, the Oscars, they're racist. And I'm sure they're like, well, I don't want to be racist. And that's not me to say that it was a pity vote because it absolutely deserved it. But I think they were, I don't know. There are moments where I wonder if the Oscars do things in a political way just to get the best reaction out of people. So it's a shame that I even have to think that, though.
But the one thing I wanted to say about that is that that gives hope for the animated movies that might actually win at some point. Because there's only been three. There's only been 3 animated movies ever to be nominated for Best Picture. That's Beauty and the Beast, Up, and Toy Story 4. No, I mean 3, not 4.
not 4. Not 4.
Yeah, 3. Toy Story 3. But yeah, and no animated movie has been nominated since.
What do you think it would take for it to get nominated? What would have to happen?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. The thing is, like, there's a lot of because somebody replied to me on Twitter saying like, oh, like animated movies don't have Oscar level scripts, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Oh yeah, you mentioned that to me, and you're asking me about that. Like, you're like, what does that even mean? I'm like, I don't know. Is it implying that like it's not like highbrow or something? It's weird because like
if you want like Oscar level scripts or whatever you're trying to say,
not for kids.
Like there's a ton of anime films that go really like a lot more mature than Western animation.
Paleo. If animated films aren't getting attention, what makes you think foreign animated films are going to get any attention? Come on, dude.
Yeah, are they French? No.
The French might.
Maybe Miyazaki's last film that he's making right now.
He gets an Oscar for it finally, like Best Picture, and he doesn't show up. He just smokes a cigarette in the garden with his cat, and he's like, I don't care.
Well, Spirited Away did win for Best Animated Feature in 2002.
Still got Best Picture. Oh, what? What? For real?
Yeah.
What?
You haven't seen Spirited Away?
I've only seen the first 2/3 of it.
What do you mean the first 2/3 of it? How do you finish?
No, because like when I was a kid.
What do you mean? Saber, I gotta bring this up. I gotta bring this up. We were going over like animated shorts that were nominated, and Saber said, "Oh, Hair Love, I need to finish that." I was like, "Need to finish it? It's 7 minutes. It's a short."
I guess I'm being a hypocrite here.
Yeah, like what do you say to Jack's not finishing Spirited Away?
Yeah. No, I always wanted to because I always like I see the scene where I get to the part where No Face comes in and starts eating shit. And then like I remember as a kid, it was on Toonami, that's why I first watched it. Then I had to
Same.
Yeah, so I had to leave the house because I had to go somewhere. I forget where I had to go. And then like every time I never got it on DVD. And so like it would play on Toonami and I would always like either get to the part where she meets the big baby or when No Face comes up and then I would have to go somewhere. And then like I forget why I always had to go somewhere. I think I was doing some thing. I can't remember, but like I never had a chance to like finish it, and I was just like, oh yeah, I still need to finish that movie. So I've just only seen that. So
I gotta give props to Tommy. I was thinking about this earlier, like this week, is like that really did open the door for me to start seeing Japanese films, like animated Japanese films.
Yeah. So Tunjay in the chat actually said, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, Inside Out, Shrek, and Toy Story 3 were all nominated for Best Screenplay. So there's Oscar level scripts right there, I guess, but all of them are Pixar except for Shrek.
yeah.
I think Shrek campaigned pretty hard.
I think there is at the Oscars like a big bias towards Pixar, because like Pixar like always wins.
Even Spielberg.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I think Tom Hanks being in it kind of helps a lot because he's
just lovable.
Yeah, he's also a masterful actor. But like, I don't know, that when they said the winner is Toy Story 4, I'm like, fuck, that just really just solidifies that you all don't care. Like, if you saw Klaus and you really watched it, I think you would have at least given it the point. Because I rewatched Toy Story 4 after.
I did too.
So I'm like, did I miss something? And after watching it, I'm a bit more open to it. Where I'm like, okay, it's not. I never thought it was bad, but I'm like, okay, it's a bit more fun this time around. But still, just feels so excessive. Where I'm like, nothing could have captured recaptured the magic that was Toy Story 3. That was such a good ending, and opening up this wound of Woody to talk about his post, child depression, like that just felt, I don't know, too much. So that all being said, I feel like Klaus on a technical level, like just through raw talent and beauty alone, should have won it. And I mean, to be fair, I still haven't seen I Lost My Body. I saw the rest of the stuff. It's always fun when you see How to Train Your Dragon. It's like, yeah, you're not going to win. Like you're here too. Which is not to be mean to it, but it's got some stacked competition, especially biased competition. But yeah, I guess that's my thoughts. It's a shame. It won everywhere else. Klaus won every other category or every other like.
It decimated the Annies.
Annies.
Oh, yeah.
I know some European like ceremonies that they won, so it just seems kind of like a slap to the face.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll move on to movies now. If you want to talk a little bit about it before we go on to the bigger movies. Jax, you want to talk about Birds of Prey?
Sure, fine. I'm the only one who saw this film. First off, I went into this movie with no expectations. Like, I mentioned this to Paleo and I think Hero as well. Like, this year, honestly, this is the first year where I feel like there's nothing I'm really super excited for, because like all the previous years it was like, oh, I gotta see Endgame. Oh, I gotta see fucking Godzilla King of Monsters. Oh shit, I gotta sadly see how Star Wars ended. But anyways, like it's just like there was just so many endings. MLP ending, Star versus ending, shit. And it's just like there's so much stuff where I was just like, I have to see how this concludes. And this is the first year in a long time where it's just been like,
well, BoJack just ended.
Yeah, BoJack.
That felt more like a 2019 ending than a 2020 ending, because it like became the beginning of 2020.
Yeah, so exactly. It's just like there was just so many shows that I was just like following time that concluded, and I was just like, okay, well, what the fuck do I need to see? So, Birds of Prey, I had no expectations for this. Just went in with my friend, and the movie starts off pretty decent animation. Like it's very similar to the Harley Quinn cartoon show that's on DC Universe, which was actually a really great show. Like it reminds me of Drawn Together. It's like really funny. I think it's really well done. Like highly recommend it to people in the chat. Like go watch the Harley Quinn cartoon. But the first third of this movie reminded me so much of that cartoon. Like it was just like so. Like the comedy was like really funny. Like you see how it is. They did Jared Leto wrong as well. Actually, like it's so funny. Like they keep talking about Joker, but they do not show him at all. Like the only time they show Joker is they show Joker as an animation, and it looks just like the Joker we.
I guess they didn't want to call up Jared Leto.
No, exactly. Like, once they were like, they saw how much Oscar bait the actual Joker Joaquin Phoenix was like, yeah, fuck, he never existed. We went too far out that was some bullshit. And so they were just like, yeah, no, they make so many like sleight of hand references to him, just like, oh yeah, well, Joker's not around anymore, so you can do it. But like the way they talk about Joker, they don't make it seem like, so is he dead or is he just like not around anymore? Because like he dumped her and they're just not together, and then that's it. Like you don't see Joker at all in this movie. He's just hinted at, but like they don't do anything with it. So Harley goes off on her own. One thing I will say, like for me personally, now I know some people are going like ham on Twitter talking about it. I really didn't personally care for the costume designs of the characters. Like for instance, a lot of the characters, if you read the comics and stuff like that, there are like a bunch of people where it's just like, oh, that's supposed to be you. Well, you look nothing like that. Like the only one who really does is like Black Mask, and then Harley. I prefer her costume from Suicide Squad, but I'll be honest, this movie kicks the shit out of Suicide Squad. Like it actually was funny, enjoyable. Like it was something I was like, oh, I'm actually having a good time. There's a lot of witty writing, good. And there were some scenes that went from like really funny to really disturbing because it's rated R. Like it's rated R. Like there's this whole scene where this guy is like cutting people's faces off and he's like throwing them on the ground. And then like this one girl is like, okay, you can go. But then he notices that she has a snot bubble and it like gets on his shirt. And he's like, oh, that is so fucking disgusting. You know what? You can't go. Fucking kill her. And it's just like, well, no. And then they start doing it. It's just like dark humor, I guess, because it's Harley Quinn. And they prove that Harley is not like a good person at all. Like she's just like, she's a person who's out for it herself. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on where it's just like, okay, you should be dead right now. I don't give a fuck what that Joker shit did. No, you should be fucking dead. And like, there are some really good kills in this movie. What character I fucking love to death is Huntress, because like Huntress is just going around killing all these like criminals. And you think like, oh, she's such a badass. And the way the trailers like show her, she's just a badass. But she is so awkward because she like her parents got killed when she was a kid, and so she's been growing up with these monks, and so she's so awkward and trying to be like this badass. It's like, no, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? And they're just like, the crossbow. I don't fucking know. And she's like, no, I'm not the fucking crossbow, mother. Has he? Yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck did this come from? And it's hilarious. Like there's stuff like that. The one character that I'm just like disappointed is Cassandra. Like, yeah, Cassandra, I think it's Kane in the comic. Like, because I used to read it's Kane, yeah, from the comic books. Because she's basically supposed to be like this little badass Batgirl. In this movie, she's just a thief and just a little Asian girl thief. And I was just like, oh, so you're just Cassandra in name only. For the most part, I thought the movie was really funny, but then it started to go down. And I was like, okay, this is losing me. Like you had it, and then it started to go down. It started to get boring, and yeah, it was a fun rental. Like if it was on TV, I'd watch it again. Like it was just but like there's certain things like with the character Black Canary. Black Canary is a character in the movie, hilarious. Like when she has really good writing for her. But when it comes to her like power, everyone knows like, oh, Black Canary is Scream, and it's just like, why didn't you use that earlier? There are so many freaking times earlier, because like the way she does it, and it's just like, everyone cover your ears, and she does it, and then she falls down for a second, and then she gets back up. But it's just like, this could have saved us like 3 to 5 times earlier if you just used that shit earlier in the movie. And there's stuff like that made it go. Yeah. But fun movie. Shouldn't be called Birds of Prey because they're barely in it. Just Harley Quinn 2, which is probably why they renamed it Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey. So yeah. Decent film, not terrible, but not great, but kick the shit out of Suicide Squad. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Suicide Squad really was just a disaster of a film, wasn't it?
It really was. It was just terrible.
So related, in a weird way,
Yes.
Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog is the most homophobic, racist piece of shit I have ever seen. No.
Wow.
Go see Birds of Prey now.
Okay.
But yeah, that was like a weird thing that was going on Twitter. It was so strange.
I'm glad I didn't see that. That's weird. Yeah, Sonic, yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought, like I said on Twitter, First off, I think it's funny how Ben Schwartz is just voicing blue characters. He's freaking Dewey in DuckTales. He's Leonardo in Rise of TMNT, and now he's Sonic. Just
Yeah.
blue da-ba-dee-da-ba-da, fine.
What
And
blue
then,
character will he be next?
Yeah, exactly. Smurf. Oh yeah, something. But yeah, that movie. I like honestly, I didn't think it was a terrible movie at all. I thought it was just fine. It was the way Sonic acted seemed reasonable for the fact that he was isolated for so long. It was just like, oh, this motherfucker's crazy. He's like by himself. Like he has to. This is what he's gonna do. I will say this. Because this made me laugh when I was coming out of the theater. Like someone was talking about like Sonic like not looking realistic, and I can agree. But then like his friend was like, "Not look realistic. It's a 3-foot fucking hedgehog. What do you want to look like?" And it was like, yeah.
That was my part of the movie where he was like, "What is he?" And he's like, "I'm a hedgehog, duh." It's like, okay,
yeah. Because
I thought that was obvious.
Yeah, because it was one of those movies where there was never a point where, for instance, when I watched Detective Pikachu, there were points when I saw it and I looked at Detective Pikachu and I was just like, he looks tangible. Like he looks like I can rub, like go and like touch him and like pet him and be like,
his fur texture like looks really good.
Yeah, Sonic just looks like a CGI character in the real world. Like he just, that's what he looks like. He doesn't look realistic in any sense in that regard. And
to be fair, they did have to redo a lot.
No, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like they did have to redo the entire thing. So he looked great. Like as a character.
Yeah, like what Saber said in his review. If they had kept the original character, man, like it would just be horrifying.
Yeah, I just think of that scene where he like shakes his like spikes out and he like has an afro. Like I just cannot imagine the old one doing that at all.
Well, this new design really fits well with the general attitude of Sonic, and I appreciate that. I thought Sonic as a character, his personality was fine. Actually, I thought it was good. It's one of the best parts of the movie. His animation looked fine. There were some moments where I'm just like, this just looks, it just feels weird seeing him sit next to a person talking to a human. And I've been seeing this thing floating around on Twitter where folks are like, oh, well, they couldn't afford to do it fully animated. And I'm like, okay, then why do it? Because look what it was originally going to be, initially. What would that have looked like fully animated? It just, I don't know, there's a lot of weird information floating around about this movie with leading into it, changes, what's happening in the aftermath. I'm glad that it wasn't a dumpster fire. That being said, I feel like I'm going to get crucified for this. I feel like a lot of people are giving it way too much praise and actually deserves.
No, it is. Saber, because I watched your review too, and I agree with you like so much of the thing, because it's like when I watched it, I didn't think it was going to be good, but I didn't think it was going to be like terrible. I thought it was just going to be meh. And so like I went in and I watched it and I was just like, yeah, it was all right, fun movie. Like the way people are talking about it, they're talking about it like it's like fucking Spider-Verse or some shit. And I'm just like,
it is no Spider-Verse.
Folks are like, oh, it's because, there's a statement where folks are saying it's the best video game movie ever. And I'm like, okay, I don't think it is personally, but
me either.
I can see it's like someone saying, I got the best grade in the class and everybody got D's and you got a C. Like that's the way I see it. So it's like, because the Warcraft movie,
because for a while, like comic book movies were like that. We're like, oh yeah, we got Superman and Batman and everything else has been like so far until like
Blade was good.
Until Blade and Spider-Man.
Well, they weren't able. That was before then. Comic book on the big screen characters were like really cheesy and corny, and like it felt like, oh, very Batman or something like that. Versus until like you said, Blade and Spider-Man, they actually give it a more of a serious tone, but not
X-Men too.
X-Men,
X-Men was like a big push.
Yeah.
So I think they could be done with video game characters. I think the challenge for that is like being able to give personality to these video game characters. Because again, like we put ourselves in their shoes a lot of the time, and they're quiet. Like, but that being said, like I feel like Link has enough personality, and so does Mario. Actually, to be honest, I would love an animated series of just Link doing his thing with no dialogue in the sense of Primal. That'd be fucking cool.
Oh, that would
excuse me, princess.
Silence you. That never happened.
But yeah, that'd be very interesting. Like a no dialogue Zelda movie. Like him, like trying to go through like an adventure through a dungeon or whatever.
But so would Ganon talk though?
I think
Ganon talks.
Yeah, like Ganondorf does talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great, actually, if it's like a scene where Ganon just like, "What do you have to say?" and just nothing. Actually, it'd be great to see Ganon do a Zelda.
What do you have to say? Excuse me, princess.
Excuse me, princess. Yeah, that'd be great. I would love that.
The king.
Oh boy, smooching time.
So I guess going back to Sonic, because the Warcraft movie, in hindsight, I was pumped about it. I think it looked gorgeous. I think it really.
Oh
really
yeah,
pretty.
like the orcs were the best part of that movie. Like
the orc animation
Yeah.
is fucking phenomenal. I wish, because I know the human actors with the orcs. Because I said something about how I don't really care for human alongside animated characters. Which, let me rephrase that. I mean specifically like characters in media where it's like it's Alvin and the Chipmunks. It's
basically that whole there's that image going around with like all of the animated characters sitting in the passenger seat of a car,
Right.
and like that shot has been done like in like Yogi Bear, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Smurfs, like
that's what I mean. That's because Roger Rabbit. I love that movie, of course.
yeah.
Warcraft movie has humans in it. That's part of the story of Warcraft. And the Warcraft movie its story was mishandled. I had a hard time caring about the human characters, which is a hard problem because it's half the story right there. But the orcs, like if it was only about the orcs, I would have been like, I'm sold. We're good.
Yeah.
Because I actually I care about the orcs and their plight. The humans felt just kind of weird. Have like this Aragorn, Johnny Depp, like Captain Sparrow character. No, thank you. So that all being said, I'm happy that we're making headway with video game movies, that they're not absolute piles of shit like they used to be. They're average. They're satisfactory, and that's a good place to start. Okay, now let's see if we can do something. I mean, I think a fucking Metroid movie, like done hard, could be awesome.
Basically, Alien.
Alien.
Because that's what Metroid's based on. Alien.
It's cool to see on the television front. I see television streaming that like Castlevania is like fucking top tier.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna mention like part of the news that I have here is that Castlevania its third season is coming out March 5th.
I'm so excited. It looks like they're really opening things up. So I thought that
Or March 3rd, March 3rd, not March 5th.
I thought they were slowing things down. I knew that they had some things left open, but it seems like it's going to be even on a grander scale now. And that kind of surprises me. I'm excited. I love it. I absolutely adore Castlevania on Netflix. It's so good.
Yeah,
and it makes me feel like, okay, other companies who have gaming properties who want to turn them into movies or shows, look at that.
I think the main thing that bothers me about video game movies is that video games, like, it's to adapt that kind of thing rather than like a book or comic or whatever. Is that a lot of, with comic books, like there are like singular stories that are shorter that they can make movies based on, because you can do like an origin story, you can do a different like famous story as part of a comic book movie, but for video games are long usually.
Well,
they're a longer endeavor. So I think with this, that's why they work better as series like Castlevania.
Agreed. That's the thing that Game of Thrones ran into with it. We making it because at first they were like, George R. R. Martin said they got multiple offers for a movie, and here's the problem: is that people back when they saw Lord of the Rings, they thought, "Oh, we can do that." So fucking shut the how dare you?
Right.
How dare you insult Lord of the Rings thinking you can just copy it ever so gingerly? No, you can't. And that's why there's so many failed movies that tried to do Lord of the Rings and failed.
Aragon.
Chronicles of Narnia did it.
Kind of.
I mean, but like, is the first because like I remember being.
Well, of course they did it. I'm sorry, real fast. Of course they did it because that's C.S. Lewis. They went for Tolkien's best friend.
Yeah,
who's his best friend?
They did that.
The
the Golden Compass, like that became.
Oh yeah,
a thing.
the Golden Compass. They tried one.
Aragon.
Aragon. It's Aragorn's from Lord.
There was no. Hold on. Let me just.
There was Percy Jackson and the whatever's.
In the name of the king, a dungeon siege tale with
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that has who's the guy from Cranked or
Jason Statham.
Thank you. He's in that movie. So it's so funny seeing all these folks try to copy, because that's what happens. Some film or show has a breakthrough and does gangbusters, and everybody looks at it and goes, "What can we do to copy it?" That's why George R. R. Martin was approached saying, "Hey, can we copy do Game of Thrones on a cinematic scale?" He's like, "No. How about a series? That makes more sense." And I'm with you, Paleo. That makes sense for, like a Halo series. I would love.
That's actually coming though.
The Nightfall one, right? Or something like that. I forget exactly.
Because there's a guy on who's was cast as Master Chief, and he's taught, because I saw it when the people were talking about like working out for superhero roles. And there's a guy who's getting buffed to play Master Chief, and he keeps on his Instagram, he keeps saying like training to be Master Chief or something like that.
For real?
Yeah, I'm dead ass, I swear to God. So let me see if I can find the actor.
Let me back that up with one more thing. I hope it's done right, because I think Halo has such a rich story and lore and setting with so many great like just concepts behind it, where it's like, this should be a slam dunk. Like, I don't understand why it hasn't been done. And this is 2008 me upset, because I remember seeing that Halo animated short or live action / animated short, where I think it was like Neil Blomkamp helped on. I don't know if it was him or not. But like, I remember seeing like some ODST soldiers fighting brutes. I'm like, whoa, it's gonna be a Halo movie. That was like 13 years ago. So,
right.
Jesus Christ, it's been 13 years. But yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is I'm rooting for games to make good movies and good shows. That's what I want.
Yeah. So is the guy's name is Pablo Schreiber, and on his Instagram he keeps having like him working out in various ways, and he's saying like hashtag making Master Chief. So he's serious about this role. So he's bulking up a bit.
Word.
Going on him.
Okay, cool. I mean,
so
it's done right.
Is it going to be on Showtime? That's what I see here.
I don't know. I just see that he was cast, and he's been working out to be Master Chief. So yeah, he's getting buffed for the role. So
hope it's in good hands. I really do. I guess like the more I watch these behind the scene videos for like Lord of the Rings and what it accomplished, it just makes me appreciate the movie that much more. Where it's like, this really was one of the biggest endeavors in cinematic history. It was completely revolutionary. Like, it was one of those movies where I think after it came out, it's like the game's changed.
Yeah. Did Harry Potter come out the same year as Lord of the Rings? 2001?
No, a couple years before, I think.
Was it 2001? Because I remember being in fifth grade.
Whoa. Harry
Potter. Yeah, I think it came out in 1999.
I'm talking about the movies, not the books, of course. I'm talking about the movies. Like, weren't they both in 2001?
Yeah, November 14th was 2001 was Sorcerer's Stone. Fellowship of the Ring. Look that up.
Yeah, Fellowship came out in 2001. Oh no, I'm mixing up because for some reason, because like this time in my life they felt so close together, because for some reason I always think Harry Potter came out before Phantom Menace, but actually it's the opposite. Like Phantom Menace came out in 99.
Yeah, like the only way I remember is because I remember like what grade I was in. So I was like 4th grade for Phantom Menace, and then like 5th grade for Harry Potter and Spider-Man. And
I remember seeing like Lord of the Rings when I was in like whatever, I think 6th grade or something like that, and I was just floored, like straight up floored. My jaw dropped. There are a few moments in watching movies where my jaw dropped. The AT-ATs in Star Wars with the Battle of Hoth, the T-Rex coming out in Jurassic Park, my jaw dropped. I was like, what the fuck? Like, because I never saw anything like that ever. I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And then seeing Helm's Deep for Lord of the Rings, and the Balrog too. Because I think the Balrog was the first thing that got me like, holy shit. And then moving forward, I had more holy shit moments, but I was starting to become more accustomed, like, this movie can do it at once, so I should start getting used to seeing amazing things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, because I remember I think I was scared to go see it, because like there was that scene where Bilbo does his face like rah, and then like that shit appeared on like TV late at night. So I was just like, oh, fuck this. I'm not going to go see that movie. And my dad was asking me to go see it. He's like, come on, let's go see it. And I was like, no. But I went and saw like Two Towers and Return, because I watched it like when it came on DVD. And I was like, yo, this is pretty fucking badass. And then I like, went and watched it in like theaters and shit like that.
Well, Bill and I watched a lot of those behind the scene videos of like Lord of the Rings and how they made their edits, like their visual effects and everything. And it's so cool because they knew their limitations of like, we are treading the path as far as making groundbreaking technology and improvements. But we're still in the early stages. It's kind of like inventing an airplane, saying, "Well, we can fly it, but we can't go like faster than the speed of sound." We got there. We went past it multiple times ever since.
Right.
But you have to learn how to walk before you run, and that's why they're like, "Well, we need to use practical effects and some visual trickery, and use models, and know how to." I know how to use our tools effectively, and I'm like, "God damn it! You're such great movie makers. I love you."
Yeah, shit.
I will fight for Lord of the Rings till I die. I love
Lord of
it.
the Rings is fucking goat. That's
So,
fucking
It
awesome.
is. Sorry, I'm
So Sonic.
ranting.
So Sonic, you know what?
Sonic
I really
is the best.
like the
Lord of Rings.
fucking Quicksilver scene they did. That was actually a
Yeah.
pretty fun scene. And then it's just like, if you can move that fast, and that can solve most of your problems again. It's just like, it's like that whole thing with like Robotnik chasing him, and it was like, okay, I know he's like fueled by his thing, but it's just like your reaction speed. I still feel
Robotnik
like
should not be able to react fast enough
Yeah,
unless he has something like wires in his brain, like pumping energy to where he can react
Yeah,
quicker.
or like he programmed it or whatever.
Yeah, there was one scene
Right.
with Robotnik that I was wheezing loud because it got me out of fucking nowhere, and it was like it was after the bar fight scene, and like he's going to interview all the people getting their ass kicked, and the guy who tries to buck up to him, and he throws him out the window, and then he's like just walking, and then he's just like, yeah, good cop, bad cop, and his friend just goes for a high five, and he just fucking chops him in the neck, and I was just like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, he's just being a dick for no reason. It's just like,
Robotnik was fun. I mean, like, okay, so there's no denying that there was some good energy coming from Jim Carrey as Robotnik, and I guess
Yeah, because he hasn't done a role like that in a long time.
Well, I'm glad he's having
Yeah.
fun because Jim Carrey is a very unique actor and what he can bring to the board. That being said, as someone watching this movie, I watched 2 Sonic series before the movie. I watched the one with kids. Yeah, whenever anybody walks up to you, run away or something like
original
that.
Sonic.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
the original.
the
like,
original
Ad-
Sonic, and then there's
Adventures of
Sonic's Adam. Yeah.
So those are the 2 I watched. The original Sonic Robotnik is obviously very like over the top, Snoopingus as usual. That Jim Carrey reminded me a bit of that, but then he started getting super serious times and like kind of like don't trifle with me.
Oh, and you
And
mean
I'm
the one from Sonic's Adam?
That one was more like a Disney villain where he's like, I will conquer the world. So those 2 eggheads were very different. I don't know. I guess I'm still trying to put my finger on it. I'm not against seeing more of Jim Carrey as Robotnik, obviously, because I think he can make it work. But Jim Carrey's performing, when he ever performs, there are moments where it's like, will it overshadow the character? So, yeah, sorry. That's all I was thinking.
Yeah, he was.
Malik Webster got you a super chat, by the way, Paleo.
Oh yeah, like with super chats we'll be doing Q&A section, but
Jim Cummings was a great one.
But yeah, Sonic. Yeah, I thought it was okay. Like I don't think it's like as good as people are making it out to be.
Agreed.
But it's a good video game movie.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Still ain't better than Mortal Kombat, but it's okay.
Nothing will top it.
You know one
Sonic, an
that
iconic game.
you know one that people tend to forget about, but I still like remember liking it, was the Silent Hill movie because it was really weird.
Oh yeah, when he fucking
Yeah.
ripped the girl's skin off.
Yeah.
And he just like, pyramid. That shit was awesome.
I was like, this is disturbing, like Silent Hill should be.
yeah.
I liked how beyond hope that movie was, because that was me watching the film. I was like, is there even a way out for these people? Because it almost seems like beyond.
Yeah, because
like,
I remember
salvation.
I remember first like seeing the Resident Evil movie. I was like, that is not like Resident Evil at all. Like,
You know what?
but yeah.
the
No, that
second,
was dumb.
yeah, the first Resident Evil I thought was dumb, but the second Resident Evil, because I was such a Nemesis fanboy, I was just excited to see Nemesis. So I was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. I haven't watched that shit in years, but I just remember being a kid like, it's Nemesis finally.
I'm surprised they like milk the crap out of the Resident Evil movies somehow. I was
Yeah.
like, these aren't related to the games at all. Why do you keep seeing these?
Didn't that shit come
Right?
out? Like, when did the last one come out? It was like 2011?
No, it was more recent than that. It was like 2016, I think.
Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Yeah.
They're very much so January films too, where it's like, oh god.
Oh,
here we
yeah.
go.
Yeah. pretty much.
So I don't know that one like creature that like spit acid out of its chest at the cop lady, and just the way that it's like bones and skin were encapsulated or covered up by skin was disturbing. Which again, that's like you said, that's what a Silent Hill movie should be, disturbing.
Yeah.
So good shit.
Damn. All right, let's move on to a couple other movies. First, let's talk about Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon, which was originally supposed to come out here last year in May, then delayed to December, then delayed to release on Netflix.
Yeah.
We watched it all together like 3 days ago.
Yeah. And with Shaun the Sheep, the first one, I really enjoyed. I liked how it's a film that has no dialogue. You just it's just a really fun adventure with these sheep getting lost in a city, trying to find their way back to home to the farm. And it has a lot of funny scenes. Like the dog is really great. But in the second
dialogue, like you said.
Yeah, in the second one, it's about this alien that crashes near the farm, and Sean's just trying to help it get back home.
Yeah, Alien's cute too.
Yeah, it has a very cute design to it. It like glows and everything.
Cute sound effects too. Whoever did the voice acting nailed it.
Yeah,
or acting. Yeah, just
It's like those RPG NPC characters in games where they're just like, they did it, and then you see the text at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
It's just like that.
That was a fun movie.
Yeah, but
it was fun, but I don't know. There were moments where I'm like, I'm a bit bored with it.
Yeah, I think I prefer the first Shaun the Sheep compared to this one. This one, I think it ramps up a lot more towards the second half of the movie, because I like the weird like agents that look like they kind of look like those guys from Monsters Inc. That are in the like hazmat suits. Yeah. The hazmat suit guys. There's a lot of background gags with them. Like I noticed on one of the bulletin boards, they have a picture of like a cat, and it's a cat in a hazmat suit.
Oh God.
There's some pretty great.
Like there was like one guy getting a drink from a vending machine. He's like, oh, he just can't drink it.
That's stupid. That's funny.
But yeah, it's a very cute movie. If you like Aardman stuff, you'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
Then we watched Dragon Quest: Your Story, which is another video game movie that came out.
That was something.
So
okay.
yeah, this is a very interesting movie. We're gonna go into spoilers for this one.
We have to.
Not yet though. But Dragon Quest, I've never played any Dragon Quest. I'm probably going to pick up 11 at some point because that has an enhanced port on the Switch at the moment, and I've heard like really great things about Dragon Quest 11. But yeah, Toonjay, that's another thing. Is like it's so weird that it doesn't have Akira Toriyama's art style. Yeah, because like that is like Dragon Quest thing.
Yeah, it was odd. It was just like, what the heck? This is all. I don't even play Dragon Quest, but I know like Toriyama designed it, so it was just like, come on, what the heck was this? And then I'll say this: animation-wise, what they do, that was really well done. Like, there's a lot.
It looks really good. It's one of the better CG Japanese films.
Yeah. And it's like the CGI, the fight scenes, choreography, all that stuff, just completely.
Yeah, and there's like, if you're a Dragon Quest fan, you're gonna recognize a lot of stuff from the games. Mm-hmm. Like, even though like I haven't played a Dragon Quest, I recognize a lot of like the monster designs, the some of the spells that they're saying. Like they say swoosh and kersizzle and everything, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what Dragon Quest calls their spells. They sound really weird.
Silly.
But yeah, so I'm gonna put on a spoiler tag if you care. It is on Netflix, so if you do want to see it, you can view it on Netflix, as well as Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon. So yeah, spoilers for Dragon Quest: Your Story. This has one of the most what the fuck endings I have seen an animated movie.
I remember I visibly shouted. I was with these guys. I was like, "What the fuck is going on? What the fuck?" And I was just like, because I thought my computer froze for a second, and I was just like, "Is something going on here?" And then like all of a sudden you see this fucking character.
Yeah, because like everything like freezes, and then like the camera pans around. Like the main villain was about to be defeated, but he summons something. He's like, oh, it's gonna be even bigger like evil than him. That's gonna be summoned, but it's like, oh no, it's a virus. Well, what?
Yeah. He summons fucking Terabyte from Reboot, the boy version. So he just shows up. And then, like, he's just like, you're in a video game. This isn't real. This is all fake. And then it's just like, to me, I was just like, what the fuck? And then, like, I know people are saying, like, something about the Matrix now. I'll just clear this up. I've only seen Matrix 1 and 2. So every time they say something about Matrix 3, I don't know what that is. So I have to cover my ears. But, when that shit happens, it's just so confusing, because like at first I was just like, there was stuff that hinted it was a game like earlier.
Yeah, because there's a character that helps them called Dr. Agon, and I was like, and it was like, oh, there's sometimes dragons like disguise themselves as humans, and it was like, Dr. Agon.
Dr. Agon. I did not get that time.
That went right over my head.
Yeah, when that hit hard. I laughed so fucking hard when I heard that. Amazing.
But yeah, they say like there's like there are like monsters and dragons and robots. There's like robots. There's like, oh, it's just like that sometimes. It's like that this time around. Like saying like a lot of the games are very different with what kind of enemies there are. But yeah, because it has like some meta jokes like that in there, so that sort of hints that they are actually in a game.
It makes sense in hindsight, because some of the pacing of the adventure.
Oh yeah, the pacing, like this story goes by super fast, faster than Sonic.
Yeah, it really is though. Like it's a joke, but it really is though. Like there's characters who's just like, how old are you? You're already doing this now. This
goes by generations.
Which again, in hindsight, kind of makes sense of what they're getting at. Where it's trying to highlight like you're playing a game, things move fast. Yeah. There are some transitions in a game where it's like what would be years for us was an instant for them. So I am of the opinion personally where I like the ending. When I say like it, I think it's bold. I think it kind of takes what would have been a pretty generic conclusion and make it.
Yeah, I mean, I would have forgot about it if it not had been for the ending.
Yeah, exactly. So that all being said, I don't think it was outstanding. Like, oh, this movie is fantastic. There's some pretty visuals and fun character designs and interesting characters.
It's still weird that they didn't go with Toriyama's art style. It's like,
well, that's
I guess it doesn't translate that well to 3D. Though then again, Kakarot just came out.
No. Yeah, there's like so many video games for DBZ where it's just like, yeah, it looks great in the video game. I guess not for me.
Well, I don't know Dragon Quest that well, except for that art style from Toriyama. So it not being in there kind of confused me. I was like, well, what else is there? I suppose just the general like path of the hero story, how it moves along quickly, how much meta-ness is in this movie. But all in all, I'm like, okay, I give you all points for being different. I don't think it was executed perfectly, but at least it was. We can talk about it. It's worthy of discussion.
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, it's one of those things where I forget who said when we were watching it, but it was like, if I just watched the movie and it didn't have that ending, like you cut that out, I'd just be like, oh, yeah, that was an interesting movie, pretty good animated. But this made me remember it. This made me just go, I'm not forgetting it. Yeah, I'm not forgetting this movie at all. So yeah. It was crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, they took the high road, that's for sure.
Yeah. Literally.
All right. Let's move on and talk about some other things. So Castlevania, we already mentioned that. That's coming out March 3rd. I haven't watched any trailers. I'm gonna wait until it comes out. Also, apparently happening is Blizzard is making a Diablo and Overwatch series for Netflix.
Are they going to be CGI?
Apparently, Diablo is going to be like an anime style. So I guess would be like something like Castlevania.
They've done that before, by the way.
They have?
Yeah, there's some shorts they did back in the day where I think it was promotion for Diablo 3. It wasn't necessarily anime. It was kind of like a pseudo anime. It wasn't anything massive, just a few minute shorts, I believe. I remember seeing like some of the angels from Diablo 3 like fighting these demons, and I'm like, that looks pretty good. So if it's something in that style, full on series, because there's a lot of drama in Diablo. There's a lot going on there. So if done right,
Oh my god, it's Diablo. It's a skull. It's crazy. And there's a 3 on it. Oh my god. Okay.
But yeah, and then an Overwatch cartoon. So, like, the thing is, like, man, Overwatch just should have been a series.
Yeah, it really should. I mean, like, honestly, back in its hype, like 2016, when all of us were like hype over it, it's just like, yeah, that would have been the perfect. I mean, 2 years later, give you some time.
Yeah, it was like, or at least it should have had a campaign. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, it had literally no campaign. It was just, oh, these characters, oh, these shorts. There you
they
go.
fucked up. They fucked up. It's just so weird. I don't play Overwatch anymore, but I won't shit on it. I don't like it. It's just that I kind of
shit on Blizzard as a company, though.
Yeah.
I give Blizzard credit for being the primary source for SFM porn. There was a funny video on some subreddit where it had like this guy walking up on stage and it's like, the winner for the best animated short is Diva Porn Scene 2301. And had some guy walking up on stage with his sunglasses and like, yeah, get your Oscar.
It's so funny that like when Overwatch came out, it was like, please don't make porn of the characters. Like, well, we're just gonna make more.
It's just like, you expect to give them fucking asses like J-Lo and expects not to do anything. You must be out your damn mind.
It's kind of like a foregone conclusion that it was going to happen. But going back to the game itself, the entire game just screams for a story. It's like there's so much of a rich universe here, and it's wasted on multiplayer because multiplayer is more of like, I don't know. It just, I don't know, man. I want to see what Reaper is about and Agent 7 or Soldier 76. These guys seem like they're larger than life characters being wasted in a multiplayer world. What's going on here?
Yeah. Exactly.
And also Dr. Godfrey in the chat. Why do people hate Blizzard so much? Well, lots of reasons, but most recent is because of China. So yeah.
There's been this entire thing about Warcraft Reforged, the Warcraft 3 remastering. And I think they screwed up where they're not refunding folks or they didn't deliver.
Oh yeah, they there's some parts where it's like, oh yeah, they can't even refund you if you buy the game and you don't.
They are now. Like, they are now.
Yeah. But also apparently like I heard that like they completely like rewrote the original Warcraft 3 so you can't play the classic version anymore. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true though.
So they did something that pissed people off, and I'm playing Reforged, and I mean I like it. So, maybe I'm missing something here, but yeah, Blizzard is a questionable company, especially by their not so fun overlords, Activision. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what else they do next to screw up. It's a shame because I love Blizzard. They're like my favorite gaming company when I was young. Like, 'cause I knew of Nintendo, of course, and LucasArts and shit like that, but like Blizzard was the company I was like, I love this company. I love what they make, all of it. And then it went downhill.
So a couple more things before we go into Q&A. There was a short reveal for Robert Pattinson's Batman. And what he's gonna look like.
Let me have a question. I have a question for y'all. Do you want his ears to be long or short? For Batman's ears.
Well, he's wearing a mask over his head, so does it matter?
Good. But you like okay, so but like so Ben Affleck had the short stubs, and then like the original had those like porn shit. So it's just like, which do you think would look better for this new version if you've seen it?
In chat too, you can answer long
or
or short.
One thing that was kind of weird for me is like how the bat symbol looks on his chest. I was like, that's kind of strange.
Yeah, because it's like, I guess for this one, he took the gun that was used to kill his parents and made it into his like symbol of like, okay, there. Yeah, so
because I'm not sure like how this Batman is going to be, but I do like Robert Pattinson as an actor because like after seeing The Lighthouse, like he's a really good actor. So
yeah, he was absolutely like. What's funny is so many people give him shit because he was just like he's that Twilight boy, but it's just like nah, I'm actually a competent actor. I just did that, and even I hated those movies too, and I talk shit about them while I was in them. So it's just like let him do his thing. Like he has a chin for it. Like he has the most perfect square jaw like I've seen for a person. Like
Robert's done a good job. Like Lighthouse is fantastic. I think this could be the moment where he can start. He's not just the Twilight kid. That's so long ago.
Yeah, it's kind of like how like people called like Leonardo DiCaprio the pretty boy, because like he was in Titanic. It was like, but like Leonardo's like a really good actor though. So
yeah. It's like also Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's a really good actor too, and he's just like he's
that's another thing for the Oscars. He won his first Oscar for acting. It was
finally. Good on, because I know everyone just goes to Oscars to get drunk and fuck and do all that shit. Like there was this whole story I read about like people at Oscars just like they go and they like Olympic style smash. I was like okay, so good on them. So I'm interested. Like to me, it sucks that there isn't a definitive Batman like there used to be, where you just go that's Batman. Like before was just like
I mean, still for me, it's like Kevin Conroy. Just his voice.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy is Batman.
Yeah, his voice just fits Batman so well.
Yeah, Kevin has a commanding presence with his voice.
Yeah. Well, he actually is playing Batman in the Crisis on Infinite Earths on the TV show right now, so that's good. He's playing the older Batman, so that's a cool little fact. But like it's just every time you talk about best Batman, it's just like Kevin Conroy easily, but it's just like live action. It's just Adam West, rest in peace, freaking Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, and now freaking Robert Pattinson. So it's just. They need to have someone that sticks because it's just like Wolverine. We had Wolverine for
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Spider-Man, animated Spider-Man. I just think of the animated Spider-Man, not like a
and like Robert Downey Jr. is like always going to be
Iron Man, and he needs to go back to that shit. But
what are you talking about? Dr. Dolittle has bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. He should go fry one of Thanos's. So
wait, if he can talk to animals, can he hear the fish when he's frying it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's why he kills it first.
Are you telling me he can talk to
Aquaman, eat your heart out. Or no, Submariner, because it's freaking Marvel. But, And then like, what was it like? Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was just born to play Deadpool. It's just like, there's certain characters where you see them and it's just like, they are that role. Like it's that role for them. Like it's crazy. Like freaking Christopher Daniel Barnes, 90s Spider-Man, Josh Keaton, Spectacular Spider-Man. They just get that voice. But it's crazy to me because it's just, a part of me is just like, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it, but I'm just so indifferent to like, we're having another Batman. Because again, I've said this like so many times on this podcast and other times, it's just like, if DC had just got their shit together with Superman Returns, they could have started their whole DC multiverse thing right there. Like if Superman, you can't tell me, if Superman Returns is as good as The Dark Knight, they would not be like, oh, okay, we're not going to have this crossover with Batman Begins. They'd be like, no, fuck yeah, let's have this Superman crossover with Christian Bale's Batman Begins, and then, there you go. And then they could have started from there, but nah, they just playing catch up now, so that's whatever. But they're doing creative movies.
All right, last thing before we go to Q&A. This was a big surprise. Rick Moranis is returning to acting for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids reboot.
Reboot or sequel?
It says reboot in the article. But yeah,
I thought it was a
like
sequel,
it's weird. Like of all things, I guess he wanted to come back for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Well, did you hear why he like retired from acting? It's actually really like a beautiful story.
Yeah,
like,
it's beautiful sadness.
Yeah, it's really because
he was like a single dad and he wanted to raise his kids. And he was just like, I've made enough money from like Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and all that stuff. So I'm just going to stay at home with my family.
Oh.
Died of cancer.
Yeah, his wife died, sadly. And so...
Should I have cancer? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Saber.
No, did you hear the thing about how like the sequel or this reboot or whatever it's going to be has to do with cancer? Like,
I didn't hear that.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'll have to check with Jim because I might be misconstruing something he said. But like, yeah, that's Rick. His wife died of cancer, and Jax, what you're saying, he's a great dad because he said like I gotta raise my kids, and it's like fuck yeah.
Yeah, Ryan says in the chat, it says it's a soft reboot. It's still a continuation. Okay.
So it's like Halloween 2018 then, in a sense, because it's like you got people from the original, but it's still sort of rebooting as a sequel, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because they're like, to me, if you bring a character back and they are, if you bring an actor back and they're playing,
the thing is, like, I have no idea
character.
what he looks like now. Because like he in my mind he still looks like he does in the 80s.
No, how he looked in Little Shop of Horrors and stuff like that. Yeah. So, it's just like because the thing about it is like if you are an actor and you come back to play a character years later, to me, I don't care what anyone says, that is a sequel to me because like it's like a reboot to me is like completely new cast, whatever. And then if you are in it as a different character, that's a reboot. But if you're just like the same person, then I just think of it as just
But yeah. What Ryan said is it's a soft reboot. It's like
soft reboot.
It's still a continuation.
So like the Incredible Hulk to Hulk 2003.
Yeah,
because that was a soft reboot because they were like making it seem like, oh no, this is sequel to Hulk, but so okay, there you go.
But people forget that.
Yeah, exactly. People
the Hulk was such a fucking mess.
Yeah, that shit was so sad. I tried to like that as a kid, and I was like,
me
this
too,
Dad. Yeah, I remember I went into that movie, and I was just like, this is gonna be so cool. I was just like, that wasn't that good. It's just like, oh man, crazy.
All right. So we'll go to Q&A now. If you want to ask questions, you can use a super chat, or you can ask us on Twitter. So we have a few super chats here before we go on to Twitter for questions. Twitter handles are PaleoSteno, JaxBlade Fitness, and Saberspark. So first here from Deli18, what's a crazy combo you can think of for hot dogs?
Oh man, I've been doing
hot
this
dogs
recently.
and shrimp.
No,
that's just the first thing that popped in my head.
Are you suggesting it's good or that it's a crazy combo?
No, it's a crazy combo.
Well,
hot dogs and cold cats.
Hot dogs and toenail clippings. I might go for something that's like good. I've been putting cream cheese on my hot dogs. I like that. That's really good.
Yeah.
But hot dogs kind of freak me out because I've been so like petrified by what they could be. I go to the top tier source where I'm like, where's my 100% beef hot dogs?
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, beef hot dog. Like honestly, I just cannot eat. This is weird. Like I cannot eat hot dogs without a bun. Like just the texture. I don't know what it is. It's just like
I used to as a kid where I was like, I'll just put a hot dog in a microwave and eat it.
Yeah, I can't do that at all. Like I don't know what it is. It's just like I can eat like sausage. Like I can cook a sausage and eat it and be like, okay, that's fine. But if I'm just eating like a hot dog without the bun, it just makes me just go, I don't know, like I need the bun to be like the thing, and then like when I bite into it, it's good. But like if I just bite in.
From Niji Kitsu, fun fact: Robotnik got his name from the word robot. I kind of figured that.
I thought he got his name from eggs. There's a scene in Sonic 2000 in this movie where fucking he's like this is on you, Eggman. I was like, where the fuck did that come from? What does this anything to do with?
Because like all of his drones look like eggs.
Was that really what it was? That what it was for? Because to me, I was just like,
because he was making fun of all the eggs.
Oh, okay.
The egg-shaped drones.
Okay.
Also from Nichi Kitsu, Fun fact, Jim Carrey, before casted as Robotnik, sang a cover of I Am the Walrus by the Beatles, where the one line is I Am the Eggman many years ago. Huh.
Really?
It was a
Interesting.
premonition, boys.
That's why he got cast. There you go. I am the Eggman. I am the Eggman.
I am the Eggman. That's
Eggman.
what I am. I love that song.
Yes.
Edit Man RGG2 asking, have you guys heard about a guy review bombing Somanum files on Metacritic over a waifu named Aset? It is now the highest Switch user review score since Metacritic fixed it at a 9.0. What?
Wow.
What is that game?
Wow.
Is that like a VN?
Shit if I know.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's an adventure game. Huh. AI the Somnium files.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Weird.
I have no idea.
It's a visual novel. Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
From Malik Webster, we have a few from him. I can't believe I missed last week's show about two of my favorite things: death and anime titties. Yeah, we did talk about both of those.
Yeah,
that was a good episode.
That was a solid episode. Mm-hmm.
And also from Malik.
In the face of death, what can one do? Anime titties.
Anime
Yeah.
titties.
Death Grim Reaper's like, shit, my one weakness.
Yeah.
And also from Malik, $20 super chat. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Nice.
Favorite Ralph Bakshi movie? I think you guys would appreciate as follows: Saber, Lord of the Rings, Heavy Traffic, American Pop, Jack's Coonskin, and Cool
What the
World.
fuck did you call me?
and Paleo, Heavy Traffic, Cool World, Hero, American Pop.
Well, my favorite is The Hobbit. Thank you very much. I watch that shit all the time with fucking Frog Golem. He's like, "Thief, we hate that."
That's a common misconception. Like,
Oh, fuck
Rankin-
it. Whatever. That was a good movie. I like that movie. We're talking about
Did
that.
that, right?
yeah, I think Rankin Bass. Yeah,
Rankin Bass did
but
it.
it still looks like it still looks like a Bakshi movie.
Ralph Bakshi movie.
because
Well,
it,
you know what?
it
does not. No, it doesn't.
it looks similar to the Lord of the Rings. Is what I'm saying.
Hey, the point is, Rankin Bass. I'm talking about you now. That was a good ass movie. And I like that shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen Heavy Traffic or American Pop yet. I've seen Coonskin. Jax, don't watch that.
What exactly? That's what I need to hear. I'm gonna Google it.
I think you would enjoy Cool World though.
No, I've seen Cool World.
Yeah.
I remember that girl with the fucking titty and stuff like that. That
Yeah,
was
because
boring.
she wanted to have sex to become a real human.
It was some bullshit. That movie was like the biggest like blue ball experience of my fucking middle age. I was just like, what the fuck is this? There is nothing. At least I could do something with Jessica Rabbit. This I can't do anything with.
See, Malik Webster says also, I forgot Wizards. You would like all like that one. I haven't seen Wizards yet, but I have seen Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice is interesting.
I still need to see both of those.
Malik Webster also saying, the Diablo 3 short was animated by Titmouse. Oh, interesting.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Another one from Deli18, last super chat for now. Opinions on Animal Crossing saving restrictions. Yeah, that's interesting. There's a whole thing going on with Animal Crossing right now. It's like, oh yeah, you can only have one save per system. Like, even if like you go onto a different account, it will be the same save.
That's stupid. What the hell?
What'd I tell you about resetting? I'm waiting for you, motherfucker.
So yeah, there's a lot of things with Nintendo that they're just behind on online stuff. So let me go to Twitter here and see some questions. Do you guys have any questions on Twitter you'd like to answer while I bring some up?
Sure. Here's one we just got from Santos Lean. Let's kick a Chimera ant nest here. What are your thoughts on Applejack? Hero's not here.
Applejack?
Yeah.
It's a good cereal, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, she is pretty buff, I guess.
Did you all see that drama going around with?
Oh yeah, I think that's what they're talking about.
Oh yeah, dude. I like literally people started talking for me for that thing because like I responded to it and all I did was I posted like that. Black
oh yeah, just going by. I was like, what?
Like, what the heck is that? And so like, and then everyone was just like, oh, so what do you think about this, Jack? And then someone was just like, wow, yeah, really ask a black man what he thinks of slavery. And then so it's like, hey, don't put words in his mouth now, all right? Because I'm black and I think, well, how do you know what his black? And I'm just like watching this thing, just eat my popcorn, just like, all right,
don't even have to do anything.
I'm just gonna sit here.
It's funny because like I'm right there with you where like I saw Applejack in the picture. I'm like, oh, she's wearing a Southerner out, and then I saw the zebras. And I was like, oh shit, like, that's what it is.
Did you see the other one where it's like a reverse Uno card? Like it has Sakura in Applejack's seat.
Oh wow,
and it has the Apple family. Yeah,
it's just a big hot mess all around. We got a lot of awful texts from a lot of people coming in at once. Because I mean, like, that picture. It's like, how can you post that and expect like positive reactions? That's look what I made. It's like, oh God, what'd you do? Like,
yeah, because like it's one thing to like have Applejack be like, you know, oh, I'm a slave man, so yeah, you good on working, you know, stuff like that. But it's like you see like there's literally one zebra just like eating watermelon. Right? And it's just like, okay, like everything else you can like sort of play off like whatever. You can't really, but you can just sort of be like, okay, whatever. Like the watermelon thing is just like, oh boy, you were blatantly going at it. It's just like, okay.
So I'm a firm believer that you reap what you sow, and that's the case here.
Yeah.
Like this is this is what happens when you draw stuff. Like,
yeah, it's just like, all right, man. Yeah, what you think was gonna happen?
Yeah,
I feel like freedom of speech comes with both the positives and the negatives.
Right.
From Nathaniel Foga on Twitter asking, what would you guys want from a potential Sonic movie sequel? I won't talk about any spoilers. But I do want to see more of the world that Sonic's from.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. I completely agree.
Yeah. So they might pull like one of those.
It seems like they're probably going to have more budget for next time since this is doing well. So I hope that they will be able to show more of that.
Yeah, they'll just use the old design and make it look better. And then it's just like, we tailored it out. No, the only reason we switched it out was, you guys... Can't wait to see them.
Oh, we got another super chat from Malik. You're being very generous tonight. Thank you. Thoughts on 1 million moms trying to ban Owl House for demonic references? Yeah, we've been talking about that
joke. Yeah, we literally made that joke like in episode like 3, where it's just like fucking like, do you think like moms are getting mad because they're talking about like demons? Because like to me, I just think it's hilarious that Disney has a show where they talk about like demons openly, like oh yeah, the demons, like
demons and witchcraft.
Yeah, demons and witchcraft. And it's just like if you were just a kid watching Disney Channel and in a religious home, like, what is this bullshit? And I swear to God, you and that Harry Potter boy are going to get us in trouble. And it's just like, yeah, fuck you.
What gets me about this, because I swear, again, people are just bored. They want someone to complain about something to put their energy towards. And it's never really ever anything constructive. So Disney is a private company, one that's fucking had a demon on a movie screen that was commanding the fucking damn souls of the hell.
It was just Satan. Like, that's pretty much all he is. I don't care what. Chernobog was just Satan.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about the Black Cauldron.
The Skull King?
Honest to God, though, that's not too far. That's still, there's a lot of demonic skeleton demon stuff. And what gets me is like, this happens every single time. It's a turn off the TV. No one's forcing them to watch it. Go away. Oh, you're gonna ban it? We don't. It's Disney. They just spent $20 billion to buy something else. Probably they don't care about your fucking money. Like, go away.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of these groups, whether it's moms or religious or whatever. It's like, guys, just stop. Like, vote with your wallets. Put your money where your mouth is, and just stop watching it. Then, like, it just so because Owl House is delightful, and for some reason, I watched a video where this woman was like unironically talking about the Owl House being demonic, quoting scripture. And I'm like, lady, no one's forcing you to watch this. And it just, at the same point, I'm like, why is magic from Narnia and Lord of the Rings so accepted, but Harry Potter's where it crosses the line? It's just so confusing. So I went to a Christian school that did that stuff. Lord of the Rings, it's about God and Jesus. It's Christian symbolism because Tolkien and C.S. Lewis are Christians, which I think one was Catholic, one was Christian. Regardless, there's still magic in there. And it's like, why does that one get the pass, but Harry Potter doesn't? It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, witchcraft! The kids will start using magic.
Outhouse is really good though. You should watch it.
Yeah, it is.
Just saying that out loud makes me laugh. The children will start using witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
Which has been very well documented.
John-Claude Frollo comes out the
From Enigma Royal Prince on Twitter asking, what anime or manga do you think deserves a proper game or movie anthology series and why? I think game would be more interesting to answer. Because there's a lot of anime that I think would work well as games.
The only good anime games, like anime, like series game, like is like Dragon Ball games are great. Naruto games are great. Then like with like My Hero Academia and One Piece and all those other ones, it's like if you're just playing them casually, like it's just an all right thing to play casually, but it's not like something I go, oh my god, this is absolutely mind blowing and stellar. It's just like you have a lot of potential with something like a My Hero Academia game.
Yeah, because like I know like some other games based on anime that I've played because I played like an old Robotech game. That was pretty fun. Because Gundam has a ton of games too.
Yeah, Gundam has a shit ton of games.
I'm trying to think of like a specific series. Because I'm thinking of ones that like you wouldn't think of. Like a panty and stocking game would actually be pretty fun and hilarious.
And then when you get serious, you change into an actual anime character.
Yeah.
Funny. That'd be hilarious.
I was actually thinking of Parasite, because like I was thinking like wouldn't that just be like Prototype? Remember that game?
Oh yeah, I know. What you're talking about. Yeah, that actually be really cool because like you just put your body into like every time we say Parasite, now I keep switching between the two things.
The movie and the anime.
Yeah, and it's just like okay, so that will be so really cool because it's just I mean. There are some anime games, like for instance, that One Punch Man game they did, which was it made the cons. What I will say is like the whole thing about when you get Saitama, you're just unlimited, like you have unlimited power, but like you have to survive 3 minutes fighting before Saitama. You can play as Saitama, so I thought that was like a pretty cool mechanic. But besides that, the game was just a game.
I'd like to see a Madoka game. That'd be interesting.
Get your head bitten off.
And the thing is, like with Made in Abyss, it already like it has so many tropes from games that it would just work well as a game. Because the creator used to work at Konami, I believe. So like he's had a lot of experience with like games and stuff. So it Made in Abyss, like the way it works with like the different layers of the abyss. The different levels, so it was like the game's right there.
Okay.
So
that does sound fun.
And like all the monster designs are really cool. So yeah, Made in Abyss would work really well as a game.
Okay.
From Ashley Scott. Let's see. Did you see the trailer for Castlevania Season 3? Oh yeah. I haven't watched the trailer for it because I don't want any spoilers. From Major Mekazawa asking, question, with the right creative team, do you think a horror movie based on the Polybius urban legend could be cool?
Polybius was that fucked up video game James played, right?
Yeah, because
Okay,
it's just an urban legend of a game that never really existed, but people like thinks it exists.
And it makes you like obsessed with playing it, right?
Yeah.
Oh god, that'd be creepy.
But yeah, I mean, like Angry Video Game Nerds like video on it. It was really good. He did sort of like a kind of a Blair Witch type of documentary style thing where he was like going mad slowly throughout the video, like like
that was really good video.
Yeah. So I would say just watch that as like.
Yeah, honestly, if you want a good horror movie, he is a genius cinematographer with his. Oh, you know what's funny? You remember that fucking Sonic fan film that came out in like 2008 or 9 with like, Nostalgia Critic and Navy?
Yeah, I watched that.
And they had Jaleel White as Sonic back. It's like that was. I just remember how that Sonic looked. That was. But yeah, go watch that Polybius video that James.
Also from Major Mekazawa asking, have any of you guys seen the Daikon 3 and Daikon 4 animated short films that Hideki Anno worked on in college? And if so, what are your thoughts on them? I don't know what those are. I recognize Hideki Anno, though. I'm not sure where I recognize it from. Also from Enigma Royal Prince, asking, what's your favorite classic game system despite its reputation, game library, or graphical capabilities? So, favorite game system despite its reputation, game library, or graphical capabilities?
Reputation. Because I think, like, reputation, like, do you mean, like, if it's infamous or something like that?
I guess, or...
Because, like...
I would say despite its,
compared to today?
Yeah, despite its graphical capabilities and its library, which was smaller compared to the PS1, I really like the N64 because like it's something that I grew up with.
I mean, I fucking love PlayStation 2, but PlayStation 4 and 3 like have, I guess, better property. But like PlayStation 2, if you like gave me a PlayStation 2 for like a month, I'd be well entertained with all the stuff I still have left over. Like I would not be bored once. So.
Pele, how much longer are we going for? Because Lammy's walking around. I wasn't sure if I can walk him right now.
We'll go on a few. We'll go on for like 4 more minutes.
Okay, cool.
Connor Johnson says,
Connor Johnson.
I hear that season 2 of Hilda is going to premiere at New York something like NYICFF next week.
Okay.
Interesting. Maybe that means it's going to come out soon. Maybe it'll come out in April or May. Ryan asks, have you tried Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl? It never ends.
How does that work? I'm really curious. How does that work? So do they like give you a thing where like you go in and it's like a buffet?
I think they just you keep requesting them to bring out bowls of pasta.
Is that literally how that works? Like no bullshit. Like you just go in. How like do you?
Not to sound like cruel to Olive Garden, but pasta is like dirt cheap, so it's probably not that big of a deal to them.
Yeah, okay.
But like just a bowl of pasta, just go in there, and I think what they do also is kind of clever. Is they bring out a big plate initially because pasta is supposed to fill you up, I believe, and then
it is.
And then they bring out small plates afterwards. Like I think Red Robin does it with their French fries, where it's like here's a big plate of French fries, and it's never ending fries, but each plate after that's like a small plate.
That's silly. Just give me a buff. Okay, I like. Okay,
you have to ask for like you have to do what Race Best does, where you cut the bullshit immediately and say, "Hey, I want a big plate of fries." Like, I will save you a trip. Bring me 2 or 3 small plates or a big plate. Like, give me all the fries.
Okay, that sounds good. Huh? Cool.
The never-ending pasta bowl.
Never-ending pasta bowl.
Yeah. F back up. Asking, what are your guys' thoughts on live-action Bambi, Pinocchio, and Aladdin 2, as well as your thoughts on the upcoming My Little Pony and Transformers crossover comic? So yeah, crossover comic between My Little Pony and Transformers. That's neat.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
because I read the comic books for that, so I'm like excited to see how fucking Optimus and Twilight Sparkle use friendship.
Live action Bambi. Okay, Pinocchio would probably work a little bit better than Bambi. And Aladdin 2. Man, I am not looking forward to that at all.
So it's Return of Jafar? Is it Return of Jafar?
Yeah, but the Jafar in the live action Aladdin is just bad.
Yeah, he is.
Well, hold on. You said because you saying that Return of the Jafar is a sequel for Aladdin, live action Aladdin?
It says actually that it says like a sequel's in development, and I guess they're going to base it on Return of the Jafar.
Jim said during his movie crap that it's not.
It's not.
It's something different.
Huh.
Yeah, it's going to be on the King of Thieves.
Completely different.
All right, we got one more super chat here, and then we'll end it. So let's see, where was it? Okay, Mason Cortez, saying, "Good news, Paleo and Saber. Simpsons got renewed for 2 more seasons. You should be happy about this, seeing how both of you were born the year before The Simpsons started. You carnatic hypocrites." What? What does carnatic mean?
It means that Carnage from Venom 2 is going to be... They finished filming Venom 2 and Carnage on screen. Yeah, there you go. But...
I don't understand.
I don't understand, but Simpsons renewed for 2 more seasons. It won't die.
Hey Siri, what does carnatic mean?
Carnatic means, or denoting the main style of classical music in southern India, as distinct from the Hindustani music of the north.
Okay.
Okay.
Babe. All right. Carnatic. Is that fucking a car verb? Hey.
2J says Simpsons wasn't renewed. So
it better not be, because they fucking got rid of Apu.
They better come up with a conclusion here soon, because if it's just gonna fizzle out, I mean, like you all said, it should have been done at the movie, and I couldn't agree more. Because I think I've caught up now. I'm like on season 18, and I'm like, yeah, the show's gone downhill. Like I can tell it's. I do appreciate that after a while, like there was this era where Marge is like, "Homie, I don't know why I'm with you. Like you keep not listening. You keep not listening to me." And because they bring that up, because I'm always like, he acts like an idiot, and then Marge is like, "Why am I with you?" And I think they kind of start breaking out of that, but then they fall a bit back into it. It's weird. I'm gonna rewatch the series again just so I can get a better idea of what went wrong.
Like all the episodes?
Yeah, that's because I want to do a what ruined The Simpsons this year. But the writing was fucking sharp in the early seasons. Holy shit, was it clever?
Yeah, it was. Really good.
So we got one more super chat here from Daily 18 asking, what's your least favorite update to a service that made something inconvenience to certain made some inconveniences to certain aspects? Everything YouTube does inconveniences us.
Yeah.
Like I am clinging onto the old live stream system right now before I have to like use the new one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's you know what? It's so funny about that is, all right, so YouTube has this thing where I honestly don't get why they make us use the new layout if we're just going to go back to the old one. Because like there are things where they bring up the fucking Creator Studio. All right, Creator Studio. They're like, okay, here is the version you have to use. It's like, do you want to go back to original? And it's like, yeah, because there's some shit I can't do. Okay, boom, go back to original. As soon as I click on something else, hey, so you're using this version. I'm like, no, I'm not. All right, I am trying to use this version right here. Why are you fucking making me use? It's just like, it's so annoying because like there's shit I can't do in the new version that I can do in the old version. So it's just like, why do that? Like, honestly, if I can just say my favorite version of YouTube, I think it was like back in 2010, 13-ish. Yeah, between 10 to 13-ish. Like that was my favorite because like, all right, this is what I liked about that is when you had a subscription, right?
what you could do is like, oh, I watched that video. All right, I'm gonna X out of it. It's gone from my subscriptions now. Okay, like because like nowadays, also it showed me all the videos without being like, oh, this person hasn't uploaded in a while, so we're not gonna show you when they upload. Oh, by the way, this algorithm bullshit. Like if you don't upload at least 1 or 2 times a week, yeah, you're kind of fucked. And it's just like stupid shit like that because it's just like
because they're trying to squeeze everything out of us nowadays.
No, exactly.
There was the Wild West back in the day where it's like, hey, we're all having fun.
Remember stars? Star ratings?
Yes, that was why the fuck do people think thumbs equate like, oh, I like that. Thumbs up. Oh, I don't like that. Thumbs down. I don't like it, but I gotta rate this somehow. Just whatever. I'm just gonna fucking comment. You suck, donkey dick. It was just like stupid shit. It's just like. Honestly, the whole thing, stars on Netflix, was a perfect system because it's just like, hey, you know what? I thought this video was decent. I didn't think it was great. All right. So I'm just going to give it 3 stars. Oh, this video, phenomenal. Great video all the way through. 5 stars, 5 stars. There you go. 5 stars, get it like that. But now it's just like, oh, I either like this or I don't like it. And it's just like, there are fucking in-betweens, people. Like you can't do a side. It's so stupid. I fucking hate it. I really hate that shit.
It's annoying. It's a shame how, like, because some of these old sites weren't perfect and old versions of sites, because YouTube had a lot of things where it's like YouTube Friends. It's like, okay. But at the same time, it's all.
I don't even know if like messages still exist on YouTube. Like, that's how I first messaged you.
That's how I first met fucking Gabe. Oh my god!
Message most of y'all. It's just I don't know. You took the good and the bad of it all, but I feel like it's kind of going on a bad day.
I'm not left here. I just saw this. Random bud. It's fucking paleo.
Yeah, I retweeted that.
And it's just like, I haven't finished Spirited Away.
What?
It's something I retweeted.
Here, I'll just post it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's so stupid. What? You know what? All I need to do is just watch 30 minutes of it. Yeah, okay. 30 minutes. That won't take long.
All right.
I remember.
So, yeah, we'll go ahead and end the podcast now. So, yeah, next time we'll have a podcast in March. So March 2nd. Should be some fun. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff coming out after that, but between we'll see what happens in the news. So yeah, see you March 2nd, and thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for your super chats, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Later.